concept is getting the bag and busting it wide open and doing it again. You understand me?
Hey you guys, it's the kid Paypa boy, and I want to welcome y'all to my sneaker room. Boom, 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 boom. How did I acquire this? That's another story. Let me just say it was a blessing. We're gonna talk more SBs. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about this shoe right here. California love. Do, 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 do. Rest in peace and shout out to the homie Pac. But the California Dunk, this was acquired again. I don't want to get emotional, but I love this man to death, and he is the reason why a nigga even got a shop. We're gonna talk about Keith Hufnagel, Huff 808 Sutter Skateboard Pro, sponsored by DVS. You know what I'm talking about? 2006, to Donald, Keith Hufnagel, free of charge. This skateboard was not sold to me, it was given to me by my good friend, a mentor and a big homie and somebody I look up to, Keith Hufnagel. I thank you for being the gentleman that you always was to me as I grew up as a young nigga into a grown man that I am now. But these California Dunks actually came from Huff. It was just a great time of the era. The Cali Dunks dropped was like another spectacular moment because this was the era that shoes was starting to grow heavy on the people. This is when like Jordans had took a slow down, Dunks was on a rise because Dunks had a great run. See, Jordans used to drop every Wednesday or Saturday, but it wasn't a every week thing. It was probably like 3 times a month. But in the early 2000s, the Nike SB game just came in and started killing shit because even with the first generation box, it took probably like maybe 2 or close to 4 years to complete because you got the flashes, load-ins, you got the Londons, chocolates, Jedis, Supreme Black, Supreme Blue, Lucky, Unlucky, all 3 of the Hemps, the True Red, then the reverse Red Trues, that was all red with the black swoosh, and the True Reds was the all black with the red swoosh. Then you had the Sharks, then you had the Tekashis, the Calis, Homers, the Irons, Tweez High, Tweez Lows, Broncos. That shit always remind me of like the New York Mets, but I'm gonna tell you too that I can't forget. Can't forget about the Hunters. The Hunters was one of the first SBs other than the Hemps that came with a different material. See, I didn't really know what the fuck Hunter meant, but the Hunter was just like the camouflage forest camel. I actually traded this cat that's still around to this day, goes by the name of Osiris, which was like Don Papa, AKA Jamal's good friend. I had met him up at Ceremony and I traded, I think I did 2 trades with him. I traded like my orange Supreme Highs for his red Supreme Highs. Then I did another trade with him. I did like my Hemps for like a pair of 01 Bred 1s because I was still transitioning from Nike SB to like staying strictly street to the Jordan era. Another shoe that I can't forget out of that too was the motherfucking Bisons. I'm not gonna say M Bison because it has nothing to do with M Bison.
Nice job, huh?
Although I am a big Street Fighter fan, but I always thought it was though. When my man Han said the Bisons is dropping, I'm like, all right, cool. I got a Street Fighter series, I'm on it. But the Bison had nothing to do with that. It had something to do with the motherfucking animal bison, AKA the bull. The red toe box right here represented like the nose of the bison, and the brown silhouette was just like the skin and the brown of the bison. I don't wanna say this is the biggest Nike SB because I have it right here. This is the biggest Nike SB, but I forgot to mention not the City Pack, the Tokyos and the Londons. We're gonna put them on ice. I forgot to mention the fucking Pigeons. God damn it. His name is Jeff Staples. That is the official turning point of the Nike SB game. Not the purple Pigeons or the black Pigeons, but the original gray color blocking with the peach bottom that represents the bottom of a pigeon, a dirty ass pigeon foot, pinkish, had turned the game upside down. I believe it was a New York release. A store had a few pair, and you know, New York niggas is different from us Cali City niggas. even LA niggas is different when it come to acquiring items like this. They will fight you for it. They will talk bad about you in front of your mama just to acquire items like this. But I remember that shit had dropped. The first Pigeon Dunk was not world shifting like how the Adidas Kanye West shoe shifted the world. But the Pigeon did some damage. It woke niggas up. It let niggas really know that the sneaker game was serious. And that was probably the introduction to like really exclusiveness. See, there's like 3 types of exclusiveness to the shoe game. It's like PEs, it's player exclusive. Then you got the regular exclusive from like a tier 0 account that might get some fragments, that might get some Yeezy Zen 1s, blinks. Then you got the ultimate hyper strikes. You feel me? Hyper strikes are like, they won't even come out. You just gotta know somebody in the inside. Like, yo, Nike rep gotta have a plug. That got a plug. That got a plug, you understand me? And then we got this shit called look-sees. This whole game that I'm playing, or that I used to play heavy in, like, it gets deep because look-sees was shoes that you could just, certain people got their hands on them because they would put the order in and send them across seas, get the order done, bring them in, and boom, you got your real one-on-one look-sees. Somebody at Nike headquarters had got in trouble because they was doing all that shit. But it stages to this game, like I said, the exclusiveness. And this was just like the exclusive SB account, but your SB account, not even a tier 0, these only came out in Paris. When the Dunkles dropped, I don't think one SF store had them. And I think that was Purple Skunk on Hate. I don't even think FTC had them. I know for a fact Huff didn't get them, but even that was like the era of now it's time to go crazy for this dunk shit. And that was a pink box, I believe. That was like the turning point. But like I said, back to this Pigeon, Jeff Staples, that Nike Dunk had shifted the world because it caused a lot of problems. The release had got shut down that day, and that shit made the front papers in New York, like New York Times or whatever the New York Examiner may be. Like, we got the SF Examiner, but it was like the New York Post or New York Times. It made front page, a bunch of barricades being thrown because, no disrespect, I fuck with New York niggas, but y'all do not know how to act when it comes to shit like this. Y'all just can't act civilized. No, but yeah though, they had fucked that release up, and I think they had just start selling shit through back door. But that Dunk right now is probably, estimate price for this Pigeons is probably 20 to 30,000. Shout out to my boy Translation because he actually has 2 pair, I think. I know for a fact he got 1, but I think he got the black Pigeons and the purple Pigeons signed by Jeff Staples. And those who don't know who Translation is, like, that's bruh, but that ain't my boy like that. Like, I just hit him up like, Franz, we got internet relationship, but he has invited me to his crib. Beautiful spot, real genuine sneaker fan, Pokemon fan, anime fan, just a great kid in general. But he knew the internet before the internet on YouTube. What he used to do a bunch of sneaker reviews, what people are doing now today. He was doing that back when YouTube first cracked open many years ago. So shout out to him just for being a genuine sneakerhead. We're gonna talk about some more other shit. Now we're gonna talk about the